Hello, 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 lovely people of the YouTubes. I am back, and as you have all may noticed by now, I don't upload regularly because I happen to have a full-time job. And I upload whenever I can because this is a hobby for me. And today I received a very special package, and I receive packages a lot. My boyfriend usually says, another package. But this is one that I've been waiting on for a while. It's a mass market deck, namely the Prism Oracle. And the Prism Oracle is authored by Nicole Piverato. I hope I didn't butcher her name too much. And this used to be an indie deck, but has since been picked up by Chronicle Books, who also did Mystic Mondays. They picked that up, as well as the Star Spinner Tarot. So they are kind of getting into divination a little bit more. They also did the Crystal deck. They also did a Magic Spell deck. So they have a couple of decks out, and they're doing a pretty good job. And before we unpack this and before we deep dive into this, I want to take a look at the box, because look at how pretty this is with all the shimmer and shine. I'm a sucker for that. I have a lot of friends who are more into the classic vibes. I can be into that. I'm very eclectic, and I love the packaging on this. What I love the most is, and they did kind of steal this idea from the Threads of Fate Oracle a little bit. Wait, let me show you. Where there's a little indentation right here that you can use that you can kind of peek into. Look, this is the Threads of Fate Oracle box. So it's kind of the same idea. So yeah, let's look at the back first. Explore the connection between color, emotion, and intuition with these 45 cards of different hues. Each card features a unique energetic state mapped to a color associated with that energy. In the guidebook, you will discover how to interpret the cards as a message from your higher self, as well as how to infuse your surroundings with a card's energy through meditation and altar building, which I really like. I just read the guidebook. I am impressed. The price is $19.95 in dollars, $17.99 in UK pounds. I think I picked it up around a similar price, but I got it from a Dutch bookstore. So it's time to open this baby up. And let's get this out of the way. The guidebook is quite chunky, actually. It's not that big, but there's a lot of great information in here. There's a great, like, your usual yada yada on how to use the deck. It is a little bit stiff. I really have to, like, hold it down. So it's bound pretty tight. So yeah, there's a how to use the deck. There's a very nice introduction on why the creator made the deck. And she is very, very clear about the fact that, you know, color and their associations differ per culture, and it can be very subjective, but she tried to, like, kind of interpolate all of those colors, taking her main inspiration from the Vedas, one of the oldest written texts in India. So that's actually really interesting. I did flip through them already, and I did really recognize it. A lot of the color association. So there's a taking care of your deck. Honestly, guys, I am curious, who actually cleanses their deck before using it? Because I never do, and I get great readings. How to prepare for a reading, how to shuffle the deck, some additional notes. This deck is not meant to be used with reversals, but she's like, if you want to, you can kind of find out your own meaning, but I'm not about that life, which is great because I'm not either. And then there's some spreads, and I was kind of wary about this because usually mass market Oracle decks come with the single card spread, which is not a spread, and then there's a 3-card spread, and that's it. But this comes with a single card spread, an aura reading, which is a 3-card spread that is very cool, energy that is leaving, current energy, and energy that is coming in, with a great explanation. A general check-in, 5-card spread, New Moon Intention spread, which I really like, and a Full Moon Release. So there's quite, oh, and another one even, a Choices spread. I think that was it. No, there's more. What's going on? Question mark, exclamation point. So there's quite a lot of spreads in here, and they're pretty good. Also a meditation ritual that you can do with a single card, and how you can create a mini altar using this deck, which I actually really liked. I really like the idea of keeping one of those cards out there. My altar is also my work desk, so, you know, to look at that for a set period of time, to keep that around as a reminder. So I absolutely love that. So it also speaks about how you can combine it with the tarot, which I also love, and then it goes into the card explanations. And there's a color spectrum, so it goes per color spectrum, and there's 5 cards per color. So there's 5 reddish cards. You can kind of see, I don't know if it picks up on the camera, but on the side of the book you can kind of see where all the colors start. So there's different hues of red, and then there's a little like paragraph or 2 paragraphs or sometimes 3 paragraphs of explanations for that card, and they all very much make sense to me in my Western point of view. And then there's some suggested reading. So I really like it. A little bit about the author. She's a designer, art director, and creator of Aesthetic Magic, a creative studio and product line that cultivates healing and magic through art and design. She's also a Reiki master, breathwork practitioner, and a reader of the Akashic Records and the Tarot. So yeah, that was quite a long introduction, but I want to be thorough. Like, I don't want to be too thorough, but I want to be thorough. So first off, the backs of the cards I am in love with. Everything about this deck is very minimalist, but for a mass market deck, the quality is pretty much on point. So the backs are amazing. There's gilding on here, and I don't know if it shows well, but it's holographic gold gilding, which I absolutely love. So the quality is really good. Let me look at the cardstock real quick. Pretty stiff, pretty thick. I think it's around 350 with a pretty chunky, hefty lamination on top. So, and once again, I don't really care about whether cards are glossy or whether cards are, let's see, matte. Why did I forget the word for matte? Okay, so we're gonna start with the reds first. And the first red card is this very bright red, and it stands for anger. Then we have a more like blood-like red, which stands for pain. We have kind of this cherry red for passion. I don't even know if these U's will actually show up on camera. Then we have the typical stop sign red for stop. And we have this red, I don't know what it is, kind of looks like more of a maroon type of red for strength. And what I really like about these is that you can really see, like, there's really recognizable symbols in there. It's very minimalist. And like I said earlier, with me, it's either very minimalistic or very elaborate. So I love it. I really love these designs. So then we go into the oranges, and we have energy, frustration, which is not something I associate with honesty, so I'm gonna look that up later for myself. Happiness. I think this card is kind of derpy. I would have loved to have seen something else, but you can't love. I don't have any. I only have one deck where I love every single card. Rejection, and we have success. I quite like success. I love that there's all these different like textures in there. So yeah, it's really, really great. Then we go into the yellows, and I really love this suit. So we have this kind of like neon green, yellow for anxiety, caution, determination, hunger. Ah, man. And I also love the words she chose. The keywords are really great. Like, basically, I'm very word and keyword driven, where others are very much imagery driven. I could just, even if there wouldn't have been any illustration at all and just the color or the hue, I would have been happy as well. And the last one of my favorites from the deck, Illumination. Ooh, so pretty. It's so pretty and minimalist and exactly the way I like it. So that's good. And I don't know if I told you guys, but for each suit, so each color of the color spectrum, there's a little general explanation about what that color means. So after I've showed you all the cards, I'm gonna shuffle the whole deck. I'm gonna pull a card and just read from the guidebook what it says. Green, abundance, balance, growth, lovely, movement, kind of getting that 8 of Wands energy almost, and rest. Another one that is a little bit derpy, like, yeah, I don't really know what I think of it, but it is very clear. So as far as clarity goes, yeah, the symbolism in the illustrations is very clear. So then we head into the blues, which are really cute as well. We have cleanse, flow, reflection. Love this one. I also love the shade of blue. Sadness, another slightly derpy one, but I don't mind this one as much. And trust. Look at that. It's actually really amazing. It's really nice, neat, simple deck. And I give really great readings with decks like these, so give me a good keyword and I'm good to go. So then we head into the purples. Creativity, faith. Ooh, whoops, it's kind of sliding. Intuition and magic. And last but not least, whoops, mystery. So that's great. I'm really like hyper conscious about my hands because I got a comment on one of my videos, one of my older videos, where the person was like, yeah, you use your hands too much and I like can't see anything. And I was like, whoops, you're kind of right. The pinks, comfort, disruption, ideation, love, sweetness. Yes. I'm so glad that I could have this because I like it, but I didn't like it enough for it to be like whoops, I'm rambling. I didn't like it enough that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna justify the indie price for this. So I'm really glad that it got a mass market release. So then we head into the whites, and in the booklet she says white and black, which is also in the deck, are not necessarily colors. However, we do have very strong reactions to them, so she decided to include them. So we have this one, consciousness, one of my favorites, which is also derpy, but I like, ghost, isolation, another favorite of mine, peace, and last but not least, surrender. Lovely cards. Like I said, a couple of derpy ones, but overall I really like it. Black, confidence. Yeah, this is too derpy for me. Death, which I love. Fear, which I also love. Protection, which is amazing. And finally, space, which is also really good. And honestly, if the whole deck would have been like this, I would have loved it just as much. Even though I do love some of the images that she that she chose. So I'm going to shuffle it for the first time now, so bear with me. The camera might shake a little. Okay, so this may be a little bit boring, but it shuffles really well. You know what I've kind of been noticing lately with a lot of deck reviewers, that we are shuffling very sloppily in order for us to like create the jumper moment. And it's not cute, and I want it to stop. Something to think about if any deck reviewer is watching this. Jumpers only count if they happen organically, and if you make them happen, they're fake as fuck, and so are you. And I still don't get why people call me a hateful, spiteful bitch. I'm too real for the tarot community, y'all. So the shuffle is really good. The gilding also looks like it will hold up really well, so that's really great. So let's see which card we got. Ooh, we got Frustration. Interesting. So that, I think, is from the suit of Orange. Because with some of these hues, you can't really tell for sure. Let's see. Yes, it is. So, let me read for you from the guidebook. Orange combines the fiery energy of red with the optimism of yellow. Like a sunrise signaling a new day or a burst of citrus, it can elicit feelings of warmth, happiness, and high energy. As a friendly, playful hue, orange can give off a sense of joy when worn. Like red, orange is a stimulating color. In fact, it is sometimes used in fast food restaurants as a device to keep people moving. Working with orange in color magic can help curb procrastination, giving you a boost of energy in order to move forward with your goals. Already really resonating with this. So this, I just realized that I had the guidebook off screen this entire time, but you know, I think I need glasses. If I hold it here, I can't read. So this is already very useful information, and I really like that you also mixed in the color of the science of color a little bit. So if orange cards come up in a reading, wow, there's more. Let us delve into this. Let us do a deep dive. If orange cards come up during a multi-card reading, it's a sign to really tap into your joy and playfulness during this period of your life. Orange is full of energy, which can be invigorating, but also overstimulating. How are these energies emerging in your life right now? Are you feeling excited? Or is the energy feeling a little too intense? If it's too intense, take a moment to release that energy with a sense of play. Now's the time to take a moment and celebrate all the joy that is apparent within your life, in all the forms that it takes. I really like this because so far, all of this that I've read is really resonating with me, and I think whenever I get to the Frustration card, I will also resonate with that because, yeah, because personal reasons. Frustration. For some reason, despite all your best efforts, you aren't able to achieve what you're working toward, and that's frustrating. Instead of getting angry or disappointed, take a step back or a break from whatever is going on. What are some alternative approaches to this situation? Is there a solution that you haven't tried yet? Would a new perspective help you find your solution? Yes. I have been feeling a little bit stagnant lately, so... So let's see, let's just shuffle the deck again and see if I can find a card to kind of provide that different perspective, because honestly, and we're getting personal, y'all, I don't really see it right now. I do feel kind of stuck. I'm a person that is very creative, but yeah, I have been feeling a little bit stuck lately, and especially design-wise, my work has been not up to par with the quality levels that I am used to. So I'm gonna pull another card to see where the answer to that perspective may or may not lie. So that's really interesting. All right, let's see. It lies in surrender. Okay, this is really cool. So we're also gonna read the white part. Okay, viewed one way, white may seem like the absence of color, but white light is actually all colors blended together. It can be seen as calming, or when perceived as absence, nothingness, and emptiness, too much white can seem cold and sterile. White is often associated with peace and is also used to symbolize surrender. In India, white is often worn in funerary services, and in China, it's considered the color of mourning. In addition, the color white is sometimes used to help find clarity in magical workings or spellcraft. So this sounds like something I might need. What all of the white cards in this deck have in common is a sense of stillness. If you end up having mostly white cards in a reading, moving toward a sense of calm may be something that you're working on right now, or have worked on in the recent past. Yes, very accurate. What do you need to know to find tranquility? And I love the way this guidebook works, because normally I'm not one to use guidebooks a lot. I'm very sorry, deck creators, but I just don't. But this is something that I'm really into. Surrender. By ceasing to resist, you can create peace for yourself. The act can be uncomfortable at first because it hurts the ego, but when we surrender and let go, we free the parts of ourselves that worked so hard to fight. Now that you are free, what can you do? What new pathways can you go down? And I love this because this has been super, super helpful to me. If it resonated with you as well, do your thing with it. I always say I don't do like these card readings for the collective or whatever. Sometimes do them, but mostly I don't. But I always say take whatever resonates. This has been Levi from Masculine Intuition Readings with the lovely mass market Prism Oracle, available at Chronicle Books. I got it from a local bookstore, but you can get it off Amazon. It's super affordable. It's really pretty. The box is absolutely gorgeous. The cardstock is really good. I did see some reviews online saying that some of the cards were printed a little bit off center. I haven't really seen that with this version yet. I bought this myself. This is a deck that I paid for with my own money. And I always try to be as sincere as possible, but I really love this, and I think this is a must-have for any Oracle deck collector out there. This has been Levi from Masculine Intuition. Thank you for your time, and bye-bye.